So this train is currently running. We're going to do the other 3 in the amusement park area, put this platform back in the middle, cut the tunnel entrances, and then start the mid-level train. So let's get to it. All right, while the train's running, I'm going to start screwing the track down. I put 1 screw in every other track. Sometimes every piece of track gets 1 screw. It's a number 6 by 3/4 of an inch wood screw with a Phillips tip. You just snug them down. Don't run them in too hard. You'll make the track warp and the train will not go fast. And that quick, first train is done. Now I have to put that small platform back up here and figure out where the train is going to pass through. Cut a little slot so it can go through there comfortably. And then start working on all these other trains. So sit tight and relax. Get to it. Here's the access panel. Here's the access panel I cut just in case I need to. It will just lay on there. It's put little pieces of plywood in the corner. It'll lay right on there. All right, that was about 10 minutes, a little longer. We're gonna put this little engine on, give it a run around. If it runs with no problems, I'll just start screwing it while the train is running. That way, if I do something and disconnect something, I'll know it immediately. So let's get to it. All right, that's 4 tracks finished. Next, we go up top, do an elevated. That takes a lot longer, but we'll get to it. All right, that's finished. A couple more screws here and there, and I still have to put white paper under it for the snow. So I want to grab the train, we'll run it to make sure it runs. All right. So we got another working train, that is number 5. I'm going to put a few more screws, give you a couple close-up shots of how I support things and how I connect the plywood pieces when there's no support underneath. So let's take a quick look at that. This is just a craft paper, real thin, real light. I use it under all the snow. It's called buffalo snow. I use this underneath. It just keeps the plywood from showing through. So easy. I put it under all the track. I make it mountains out of it. I know that's probably noisy, right? Crumble it up, make mountains, and then put the snow over top. Gives it some texture. All right, next track we're going to do is the trolley. The trolley's going to come through the mountain. Remember, there'll be a platform up here. It's going to come through the mountain, turn, follow this top platform, but lower, going downhill, ending over by the farm. So I've cut some blocks. Let's get to putting it together. All right, I've got to build a small platform for here. This is going to be a little snow village or something, I'm not sure. So the track will continue on that. Once it gets to this point, it's going to use trussels, graded trussels, to get back down to the bottom. And then we have our trolley run basically done. Once we do that, I'm going to screw down this track that I have fitted together just around this end. This track, again, just in this little area. And we're going to flip that big platform back on top, notch some holes for the trolley and for the Polar Express to go through. And then this area is complete. So I can stop talking and you can start watching. Let's try to run a trolley. All right, test run of the point-to-point trolley. It goes from here way down there. All right, and there you have it. This one is up and running. This is train number 6. This also gets electronics hooked up to it. I'm wiped out. There's a insulator track that goes down on each end and it automatically reverses. So I still have to do that, but I'll show you that later. Next, we're going to go down the other end and finish the 3 lower trains. And then we can come down to this end and do the 2 trains down here, and then we work on the top. So let's get to it tomorrow. Okay, here we are at the other end. A little bit different view, right? We're going to work on this outside train first. Then we're going to work on this center. And then there's another center that goes under the little snowy area over there. I'll move you closer for that one. So let's get to it. Let's give this one a try. This is my father's train. Sounds good. Here we go. It's running pretty good. Something's making the bell turn on and off. I think it's right there. Yep. Ah, you wedding ring got me. All right, one more done. Let's go ahead and test run this and then we'll screw it down. All right, that is it. That is train number, well, that wasn't good. Oops. All right, that was train number 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're up to 7. We're gonna move down here a little bit and we'll do train number 8, all right? And there you have it. Train number 8, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 4, 5. The trolley 6, 7, 8. Train number 9. All right. We're going to flip that big platform over. I have to cut some tunnels through it. And then we'll do the 2 trains on the bottom down at the other end. Let's get to it. Okay, so now we're to the point where I need to notch 2 places on each side. for the train to go through. So just set it up, mark these holes. So about here, here, and here to here. This one doesn't need to be completely taken out. It just needs about 4.5 inches of space. So I'm gonna measure it, but about halfway. We'll cut that out and I'll mark the other side. Okay, now I have to take it outside. I'm gonna cut it out there to keep the mess outside. I'm also gonna spray paint the underneath black so that when you come up through the tunnel, I can put things under there, some kind of village, not sure yet. That's where Fairyland was last year, but I like to have it all black underneath. So that's gonna take a few minutes. All right, I put a leg right on top of the track. That was an effort. I'm wiped after that. Woo! All right, a few more nails to put in, tacking this white paper down. And then I just quickly laid out where I think the trains are gonna go up here. So there'll be 2 trains. One comes on this loop, goes around behind me, and goes back out. There'll be a switch right here, down to the end where the water wheel is. The other train comes from that end, comes across the same bridge, and makes a loop back, and goes to a switch over by that transformer. So I think that's all I'm going to do up here tonight. I'm going to start laying out these 2 track right here, and then we'll run 2 more trains hopefully today, and that'll make 11. So here we go. All right, we got another runner. That makes 10, I believe. 11 will go in the middle here. 12, 13, and then the little end gauge will be 14 in the amusement park. I think that's it for tonight. I'm going to go to bed. Build a river on your train layout, they said.